Welcome everyone to another episode of Reese's Roundup. I am your host, the Lightning Kid himself, and today, Antonio Brown is now going to the Oakland Raiders. My oh my, what a surprise. Let's just jump right on into it, because this wasn't really that much of a shocker, being that he was on his Instagram live talking about black and silver, baby. So, by process of elimination, the Raiders were the only team he was going to go to. But yes, Antonio Brown is now has officially been traded to the Oakland Raiders. You got Jordy Nelson on one side, you got Antonio Brown on the other side, and you got Derek Carr getting sacked before he can throw it to either of them. Listen, guys, is this good or bad for the Raiders? Is this good or bad for the Steelers? Well, let's just start with this. Antonio Brown was traded by the Steelers for a 3rd and 5th round pick. Now, this helps Antonio Brown because he wanted his money, and he's going to end up getting hey Tassel. He's going to end up getting a 3-year, $50 million deal because of this. Now, the Steelers end up losing $21 million in salary cap, so they really won't have much people to sign or trade or any of that matter. So they did lose a lot of money. So it kind of sucks for them. But is it good for the Steelers in the long run? Yes, I would say so, because Antonio Brown was kind of a headache in the locker room. He was complaining a lot. He didn't really have good chemistry with Ben Roethlisberger anymore. He is a good player. Antonio Brown is a great player. He's one of the best receivers in the league, but he wasn't worth the trouble. And if you're the Steelers, do you keep the trouble? Do you keep the headache, or do you just get rid of him and hope for somebody similar to come through in free agency or in the draft? So that's how I see it. Excuse me, hey mirror. They also end up getting late round picks, which is kind of a steal. You think about it, Tom Brady was a 6th round, 7th round pick. David Johnson for the Arizona Cardinals was a late round pick. You don't really get top talent you do get top talent in earlier picks, but in like the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round, but you do get some really big steals in the 4th, 3rd, 5th, 6th round, so I think this might end up being good for them. We'll see who they end up drafting. Now, is this good for the Raiders? Like I mentioned, they have one of the best receivers in the league now. Antonio Brown can get you 1,200 yards, over 100 receptions, but they also have draft picks and cap space to sign more talent. I know they got rid of Khalil Mack, they traded Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper wasn't really all that good anyway. They need an offensive line, and they need defensive players. So if they can sign those guys in free agency, and with the plentiful draft picks that they have, they might do damage. But does this mean, as of right now, they're a playoff team now that they got Antonio Brown? Absolutely not. They have no defense. They have Derek Carr, who's an average quarterback. Let's put it that, let's be honest about that. Derek Carr is average at best. He had a decently good season, a couple years ago. But like I said, they have no offensive line. He always, he's always getting sacked. He is always getting pressured. So I can see why, he might look bad. But at the end of the day, you got the Chiefs and you got the Chargers in your division, and they are definitely going to finish with a better record than the Raiders. Now, does this mean they can get a chance at a wild card spot? Yeah, but it's going to be tough, because if the Chiefs win the division and the Chargers being as good as they are, then the Raiders only have one shot, at the second wild card spot, and who knows who that'll go to. Last season it was the Colts. So, or was it? Did they win their division? I think so. I don't remember. But in any case, let me know what you guys think about the Antonio Brown deal. Is this a good move for the Steelers and the Raiders? Let me know down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next week. I'm out. Peace.